The year was 1939. Europe stood on the precipice of disaster. The world was about to be consumed by a conflict of unprecedented scale and savagery, World War II. From the beaches of Normandy to the jungles of the Pacific, this war would touch every corner of the globe. Millions would perish, empires would crumble, and the world would emerge forever changed. The sheer scale of World War II is difficult to comprehend. Over 60 countries, encompassing the vast majority of the world's population, were drawn into the conflict. From the icy plains of Eastern Europe to the scorching deserts of North Africa, battles raged across vast distances. The war witnessed unimaginable brutality, leaving behind a trail of death and destruction that continues to haunt us today. Yet, amidst the darkness, glimmers of hope emerged. The indomitable spirit of ordinary people shone through. Acts of courage and compassion provided a beacon of humanity in the face of barbarity. World War II was a conflict that tested the limits of human endurance, but it also revealed the extraordinary depths of human resilience. The roots of World War II can be traced back to the ashes of the First World War. The Treaty of Versailles, intended to ensure peace, instead sowed the seeds of future conflict. Germany, burdened by crippling reparations and territorial losses, felt humiliated and resentful. Economic instability fueled unrest and created fertile ground for extremist ideologies to take root. In Germany, Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party exploited this volatile climate, preaching a poisonous ideology of racial superiority and national revival. Hitler promised to restore Germany to its former glory. Across Europe, similar totalitarian regimes emerged, each driven by their own agendas of expansion and domination. Benito Mussolini's Italy, driven by imperial ambitions, cast its lot with Germany. In the Far East, Imperial Japan, fueled by militarism and a desire for regional dominance, embarked on a path of conquest. The League of Nations, created in the aftermath of World War I to prevent future conflicts, proved woefully inadequate. Lacking the will and the means to enforce its mandate, the League was powerless to stop the slide towards war. The invasion of Manchuria by Japan in 1931 and Italy's conquest of Ethiopia in 1935 exposed the League's impotence. The signing of the Nazi-Soviet Pact in 1939 marked the final step on the road to war. This non-aggression pact between Hitler and Stalin, once bitter ideological enemies, shocked the world. With the threat of a two-front war seemingly averted, Hitler felt emboldened to unleash his war machine. On September 1, 1939, the German Wehrmacht unleashed its fury upon Poland. Employing their blitzkrieg tactics, a devastating combination of air power and fast-moving armored units, the Germans overwhelmed the Polish defenses. France and Great Britain, honoring their treaty obligations to Poland, declared war on Germany 2 days later. World War II had begun. What followed was a series of stunning German victories. Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium and France all fell in rapid succession. The speed and ferocity of the German advance shocked the world. By the summer of 1940, Great Britain stood alone against the Nazi juggernaut. The Battle of Britain, a pivotal air campaign, saw the Royal Air Force bravely defend the skies over England against the might of the Luftwaffe. In June 1941, Hitler broke his pact with Stalin, launching Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. The vastness of the Eastern Front and the ferocity of the Red Army's resistance would prove to be a turning point in the war. The United States, initially reluctant to become embroiled in another European conflict, provided material aid to Great Britain and later to the Soviet Union. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, shattered American isolationism. The surprise attack, which killed over 2,400 Americans and sunk or damaged numerous warships, galvanized American public opinion and brought the United States into the war. The global conflict had reached its zenith. The year 1942 marked a turning point in the war. The Battle of Midway, a decisive naval engagement in the Pacific, saw the United States Navy inflict a crushing defeat on the Imperial Japanese Navy. This victory marked the beginning of the end of Japanese expansion and shifted the balance of power in the Pacific. On the Eastern Front, the Battle of Stalingrad became a symbol of Soviet resistance. The battle, which raged for months in the bombed-out ruins of the city, resulted in staggering casualties on both sides. The German defeat at Stalingrad marked the furthest extent of the German advance in the east and proved to be a major turning point in the war. In North Africa, the tide also began to turn against the Axis powers. The British victory at El Alamein, followed by the Allied landings in North Africa, spelled the end of the German and Italian presence in North Africa. The Allied invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944, known as D-Day, was the largest amphibious assault in history. The successful landings, achieved at a tremendous cost in lives, established a foothold in France and paved the way for the liberation of Western Europe. Section 5. The Pacific Theater Island Hopping and the Atomic Bomb. While the war raged in Europe, a brutal and unforgiving conflict unfolded in the Pacific. The Japanese, driven by a fanatical devotion to their emperor, fought with a tenacity that shocked Allied forces. The battles for Guadalcanal, Iwo Jima and Okinawa were marked by fierce fighting and heavy casualties on both sides. The United States, employing its vast industrial might and naval superiority, adopted a strategy of island hopping. This involved capturing key islands in the Pacific one by one, establishing air bases and gradually pushing back the Japanese perimeter. The island campaigns were costly and brutal, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The use of atomic bombs against the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945 marked a watershed moment in human history. The bombs, unleashing unimaginable destructive power, killed tens of thousands instantly and left a legacy of radiation sickness and environmental devastation. The atomic bombings led to Japan's unconditional surrender and brought an end to World War II. Section 6. A world reforged, the legacy of war. The world that emerged from the ashes of World War II was vastly different from the one that existed before. The war had reshaped the global order, redrawing maps and shattering empires. The human cost of the conflict was staggering. Tens of millions lay dead, victims of combat, disease, starvation and genocide. The war had a profound impact on the political landscape of the world. The United States and the Soviet Union emerged from the conflict as the two dominant superpowers, their rivalry shaping the decades that followed. The Cold War, a period of geopolitical tension and ideological conflict, cast a long shadow over the second half of the 20th century. The horrors of the Holocaust, the systematic genocide of 6 million Jews by the Nazi regime, shocked the conscience of the world. In the aftermath of the war, there was a collective determination to prevent such atrocities from ever happening again. The United Nations was founded in 1945 with the goal of maintaining international peace and security, promoting cooperation among nations, and upholding human rights. Section 7. The human cost, scars on the soul of humanity. The human cost of World War II extended far beyond the battlefield. Entire cities lay in ruins, their populations decimated by bombing raids and street fighting. Millions were displaced from their homes, becoming refugees in their own countries or fleeing across borders in search of safety. The war left an enduring legacy of trauma and loss that continues to affect generations. The stories of individual suffering and resilience during the war are a testament to the human spirit, from Anne Frank, whose diary documented the horrors of hiding from the Nazis, to Witold Pilecki, who voluntarily entered Auschwitz to expose the truth about the camp. Countless individuals demonstrated extraordinary courage and compassion in the face of unimaginable adversity. The war also had a profound impact on the lives of women. With millions of men away fighting, women filled the void on the home front, working in factories, shipyards and offices. The war challenged traditional gender roles and paved the way for greater equality in the decades that followed. Section 8. Lessons from the Ashes, a legacy for the future. World War II taught us many profound lessons about the dangers of unchecked aggression, the importance of international cooperation and the need to safeguard human rights. The failure of appeasement in the face of Nazi aggression demonstrated the futility of trying to appease dictators. The horrors of the Holocaust underscored the need for vigilance in combating intolerance, racism and discrimination. The war also highlighted the devastating impact of technological advancements on warfare. The development of the atomic bomb marked a new era in human history, one in which the destructive power of technology posed an existential threat to civilization. The lessons of World War II underscore the importance of international diplomacy, arms control, and the peaceful resolution of conflict. The war also demonstrated the power of alliances and the importance of collective action in addressing global challenges. The Allied victory was a testament to the strength that can be found in unity and cooperation. The lessons of World War II remain as relevant today as they were in the aftermath of that devastating conflict. Section 9. Conclusion: Remembering for a Better Tomorrow. World War II was a global catastrophe that left an enduring mark on the human psyche. It was a conflict that tested the limits of human endurance, but it also revealed the extraordinary depths of human resilience. As we remember the sacrifices of those who fought and died in this war, we must also recommit ourselves to the pursuit of peace, understanding and cooperation. The lessons of World War II serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the importance of safeguarding human rights. By studying the past, understanding the factors that led to war, and honoring the sacrifices of those who came before us, we can work towards a future where such horrors are never repeated. The memory of World War II must serve as a beacon, guiding us towards a more just and peaceful world.